Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I just want to make a video on a method for farming wither roses. So let's get to it. I was recently asked on Discord if I had a farm for farming wither roses. I no longer like the design that I used to use, so I decided to try and work something out here. It's working off a concept that a lot of other people have used as well by trapping the wither inside of an end gateway and then using an enderman farm to have the wither kill the enderman and have them drop their roses. We also see here as the wither skulls are entering those bubble columns, they're getting pushed up, and even though they're redirecting a little bit, they have such a high angle already. Even though the wither is trying to shoot at this chicken right here, it ends up hitting the stack of endermen and they drop the roses. This is not a perfect item collection. You will notice that a couple of items sometimes do get stuck on the fence. However, I was adding in a bunch of different item collection systems right underneath. Unfortunately, the wither is very destructive, so occasionally it was blowing up the hopper minecarts, and it just got into a pain. So I put this in, and I ran this for a few hours using the Carpet Mods Tick Warp. And this was stable, so this he was not able to destroy, and we also still got our 20k drops of wither roses per hour. I didn't even count the ender pearls. I think it was about 9,000 or 10,000, something like that. We also have a little obsidian pillar here in the back, just in case maybe a player wants to come down and run to the collection or something like that, and there's no witherman there as we just saw. Enderman there as we just saw. Then the skull will hit the obsidian instead of flying back and hitting your collection system. So all we're doing is having the items fall down in here. They hit a little batcher here so they can get batched up, and then they get moved on, sent over to your item filters. Again, this is not 100% lossless. Sometimes the endermen are going to teleport back here, and that's why we have water down here. You don't need to dig all this out. I just did this in creative, but you do want to cover the area in water to keep the endermen from teleporting away when they land on the fence. And we have enough area covered here that they don't find that area often to teleport to. However, you'll see we've got a couple of drops over here. It does occasionally happen. But when you're talking 20k an hour, sometimes it's just losing a few every couple of minutes is not that big of a deal. We do have a water system here to try and keep the wither from doing too much damage to anything. You'll notice we are using a chicken. The reason is because it's easy to get a chicken to the end. You just bring a bunch of eggs with you until you hatch a chicken on there. You can even force feed them seeds to grow up faster, but you do want them to grow up. They also only have 4 health, so the wither has a chance of doing some damage to them when it generates, when his initial explosion. So that's why we moved the chicken so far away, and we have him on this ender chest so the block he's on doesn't get blown up and he leaves. And then we just have some trapdoors so that if he does take a little bit of explosion damage and he pops up, he doesn't fall off either. He just floats up inside the trapdoors and comes back down. There's then just a spawning platform with a glass spawning skirt around here. We don't want to have them spawning too far away, so even though we're not completely at mob cap 100% with this, if they're spawning too far away, then they're going to take longer to run over. So we do want to control that, but we can use that pack spawning to get some more packs coming in there. And then we just have the AFK spot way up in the air. If you were to spawn proof this entire area, you could make your AFK spot lower. However, it's usually just easier just to put the AFK spot higher, and then you don't really have that much that you need to spawn proof. We have trap doors going down the entire chute, as we can see, so that we're kind of restricting the area of the block that they can take up. Otherwise, what happens when they fall is they'll kind of move in 2 groups to each side, and then the wither will hit the ones in front and not damage the ones in back. Pretty simple concept. Down in the video description, there will be a world download with this world that you're looking at right here, as well as a schematic file so that you can get the schematic for this farm if you want to build it yourself. You will need to find an end gateway, obviously, that we can do this to, and I recommend making it close to another end gateway. So I have an end gateway over here that I can actually go ahead and preserve that portal, and then have a nice easy way to get over to the farm. That's it for the farm build itself, but I just wanted to show a couple of the setup steps in order to get this operational. First step you're going to want to do is remove the portal from the actual end gateway. What we're going to use is a mushroom for that. So come to the bottom of this portal, go diagonally down one, diagonally down one again, so we have that shape, and we can get rid of this other dirt. I'm going to put our mushroom on there and hit it with some bone meal, and you're going to see it's going to go right through that portal. So when we get rid of the mushroom and then, get rid of the rest, you're going to have this bedrock structure that we can use for our wither cage. When you get to the stage where it's time to summon the wither, which is obviously going to be there at the end, but you can build this ahead of time, put a wall down with 1 block of air below the bottom bedrock, put your soul sand tea inside of there to summon the wither. We need to make sure that this block and this block are air so that we can summon them. We're going to be putting water in here, so in order to cover that up, we're going to cover there, and then we're going to also extend out here so that we don't have water falling down here and allowing the heads to be washed away by the water. Then you're going to hit this center bedrock right there with your water, and then we can put our skulls in, and that will summon our wither. He's going to start moving upwards, and what's going to happen is he's going to be trapped perfectly right inside that bedrock when he spawns. Another thing you will need is you will need to get a named endermite inside of a minecart in order to attract those endermen into that hole. We can see they want to attack the endermite, so they come chasing after it. So you want to put some temporary blocks starting right above that iron bar there, and then we're going to have it come over. I'm going to make that kind of little U shape, and then on the side that's not above the iron bar, you want to put down a powered rail, put a lever under it. It could be off to the side, it doesn't have to be right on there, but right there, and power it. Make sure that you have your name tag ready to go. And then you need to spawn in an endermite using an ender pearl. Once you've got your endermite spawned, you want to hit him with the name tag first. You cannot name tag him while he's in a minecart because his hitbox is too small. Toss down the minecart, and then he's going to be on top of that block, and then you can take down all these temporary blocks. And now he will be resting on top of that iron bar, and any endermen that spawn are going to chase right after him. We have a lot of things here covered in double carpet because endermen cannot teleport to double carpet. While single carpet is spawn proof for them, they can still teleport to it. So double carpet is then teleproof. So that's why we have double carpet on a lot of these exposed blocks that are not covered with water. And then when you go to summon the wither, make sure you get ready. When you place that last skull, get up to that AFK platform as soon as possible. Ideal if you have elytra, obviously, to take your rockets out and fly up there real quick. Reason being is because you don't want to have that wither locking onto you or some other random enderman sticking around. This is set up and angled so that if the enderman does decide to send out blue skulls, they are most likely still going to hit that water column and go off to the side. Or if he's sending out regular skulls, they are either hitting our enderman or our obsidian, so they're not going to actually break anything. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need wither roses either for a mob farm killing chamber or to get a bunch of black dye or something, this is a great way to get some wither roses. And there's also a byproduct of ender pearls as well if you want to collect those. I will catch you later. Have a good one. Bye.